This is MTG Burgeoning, and in this video we are going to update and upgrade our Rograkh, Son of Rograkh, and Akiri Lineslinger Boros Partner Equipment Matter EDH deck. Thank you for joining us for another installment of the Up and Up series. Today we've got Rograkh and Akiri, whom I like to call Rogaki. We're going to add some cards, we're going to take some cards out, but before we do, make sure that you are aware that in the description below this video, there are links to this build's deck tech, the up-to-the-minute deck list, as well as the video primer series. So let's get things underway right now with our very first new edition, and it is, you knew it was only a matter of time until Rograkh was able to hold up Excalibur. There it is, Excalibur Sword of Eden. This legendary equipment for 10 mana. I'm sorry, that's 12 mana. Wow, that is 12 mana. Okay, 12 mana. However, Excalibur costs X less to cast, where X is the total mana value of historic permanents we control. Unfortunately, Rograkh is a 0 and Akiri is a 2, so that would only be 2 total mana. But we have so many artifacts in this build, particularly all of our equipment, that at the right time, we should easily be able to cast Excalibur for 0 mana. And when we do, and we pay 2 to equip it to a legendary creature, well, that equipped creature is going to get +10/+10 and Vigilance. Imagine slapping this on to Rograkh, who was already First Strike, Menace, and Trample. Now it becomes a 10/11 with Vigilance. Oh, we're going to do that every single day of the week and twice during Friday Night Magic. So with Excalibur going into the 99, it is going to replace Thran Power Suit. This was an equipment for 2 generic mana. It also has an equip cost of 2 generic mana, and it gives equipped creature +1/+1 for each aura and equipment attached to it, and it has Ward 2. Now, the Ward 2 means that whenever this is targeted by an opponent, either spells or abilities, you have to pay an additional 2 generic mana, or it is countered. My thought process here is, yes, it is possible for us to exceed the +10/+10 of Excalibur with Thran Power Suits +1/+1 for each aura and equipment attached to equipped creature. Well, that's a lot of equipment, and let's be honest, historically in this build, we don't need 10 equipment to take down an opponent. So with the ability to cast Excalibur for likely less than 2 generic mana of Thran Power Suit, getting the +10/+10 buff along with the Vigilance is going to trump the +1/+1 for each aura and equipment attached to equipped creature, in addition to trumping the Ward 2. Remember, we have all the swords, so protection is not something we're afraid of. Losing a little bit of protection is not something we're afraid of. So the Ward 2 and Thran Power Suit is out, and they are going to be replaced with Excalibur Sword of Eden. And I cannot wait. You can see it right there. He has a sword in his hand. Is it Excalibur? I don't know. It might be. He's got a sword right there. See how it shines? I cannot wait to put Excalibur on Rograkh. It's gonna happen. And when it does, oh, you better just watch out. All right, MTGBC. Next card, new edition number 2. And that is I'm sorry, I said that the wrong way. Excuse me, Caduceus, Staff of Hermes. Here we have another legendary equipment, this with a mana value of 2 and 1 white mana. This gives equipped creature lifelink with an equip cost of 2 white mana. As long as we have 30 or more life, equipped creature gets +5/+5 and has indestructible and prevent all damage that will be dealt to this creature. Imagine getting this into play on turn 1 or 2 and getting it equipped onto Rograkh right away. It's already a 5/5 with indestructible and prevent all damage dealt to it. with First Strike, Menace, and Trample. Oh man, Caduceus is going to be looking so nice being carried by Rograkh, even being carried by Akiri. Let's give Akiri the love that she deserves. Remember, she's got First Strike and Vigilance already, but she's going to get +1/+0 for each artifact we control. We don't even have to put those equipment onto Akiri for her to get that power boost. With Caduceus Staff of Hermes going into the 99, it is going to replace Boros Signet. All right, so I hear what you're saying. You're in Boros colors. You don't have a lot of ways to ramp. You don't really want to be taking out one of your mana rocks. Well, full disclosure. This is MTGBC. This is MTGB talking to the MTGBC. I don't like the Signets. I don't like them. I don't like the fact that we're going to invest 2 mana into an artifact that we always have to keep a mana available in order to activate it. I never have liked the Signets, and out of some misplaced sense of obligation, I felt it always necessary to include them in 2-color decks. Well, this deck is mighty fast without the use of Boros Signet, and I have to say I'm okay taking out this piece of mana ramp as a mana rock to put in another equipment that's just going to make our commanders, with a mana value of 0 and 2, that much more dangerous. So Boros Signet is yielding to Caduceus, and you could take that up with Rograkh. All right, we've got one more card going in, and that means one more card is coming out. So our third and final card to be added today, it is, oh, look at that, the Bureau Headmaster. Here we have a creature. It's a human assassin for Boros colors. That's a red and a white, of course, and a 2/2 body. Equipment spells we cast cost 1 less to cast. Oh, Excalibur looks even better now. And equip abilities we activate cost 1 less to activate. This is just becoming easier and easier to make Rograkh and Akiri even more threatening on the battlefield. Bureau Headmaster is a must include in your equipment builds, and we do so without any sense of concern. The card it's going to replace, Bureau Headmaster, is in, and this card, I gotta tell you, I've had this card in this build for the longest time. I always want it to work out. I always wanted to cast it. It's always not always in my hand, but it's in my hand so much, but I never want to invest the mana in it because it's not anything that can be automatic. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just your boy MTGB, your boy MTGB. So that was a lot of letters. MTGB. The card is the Stonehewer Giant. So here it is. We got a Vigilant 4/4 Giant Warrior for 3 and 2 white mana. Now that's up there with the cost of cards in this build. That's one of the most expensive. We can pay a generic and a white and tap this giant to search our library for an equipment card and put it into play, and then we attach it to a creature we control. Then we shuffle our library. The tap ability is very nice. Unfortunately, if we don't have something to slap onto Stonehewer Giant to give it haste to activate it right away, we're investing 5 and we're waiting another turn. We're not adding anything to the board in an immediate fashion. This isn't a 5 mana equipment. This isn't a 3 mana equipment with an equip cost of 2 or 1 that we can throw onto Rograkh or Akiri. This is essentially taking 5 mana, wasting it, and then hoping to untap with this so that we can pay 1 and a white and tap it to put any equipment we want from the library into play attached to any creature, which we can do at instant speed. That is definitely a nice fact. That is definitely a nice feature. But it's that overall first initial investment of 5 mana to just sit there. I just can't keep it in here any longer. Bureau Headmaster will make the overall deck quicker and make the costs of our equip costs lesser, and overall that's going to help us more than Stonehewer Giant. We just can't keep them in the 99 anymore. There you have it, MTGBC. We threw some more cards into Rograkh, including Excalibur and Caduceus, and I can't wait to see him carry them both. I'm telling you, right there, that's Excalibur. Could be. You don't know. You don't know where he's been. He could be anywhere. All right, on MTGBC, let me know your thoughts about these changes in the comment section below. This is MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things Magic.